Okay, hi Brandon. Got Mingus Mountain in the background there. Not sure I'm gonna be able to hold my arm here for this long, but we'll give it a shot. Okay, you mentioned imposter syndrome. I felt like that was appropriate, not because you're an imposter, it's because it's what I've been feeling for a long time now. But just imagine me working at a library and what imposter syndrome feels like. That's like the definition of it. It's working out, but it's certainly pushing me to my limits. You mentioned that I believe you have a high academic aptitude. Yes, I do think that. Um, Interesting to hear you say that you're a slow learner and talk about your angst and anxieties. Working through a lot of that with Alexis right now, and we got to maybe find a way for you two to connect more because I think you might be a good mentor in helping her with that. I feel like I have a lot of the same qualities, but coming from me, maybe it doesn't mean as much, or um, I'm just so darn good. It's hard to believe that I have any anxieties or learning disabilities or anything of that nature. So um, it's been interesting to work through that with her. SAT scores. Uh, I bet you scored higher than me, which doesn't mean that you're smart, but I've been thinking about that lately because um, with Alexis and where she's at. But I know I scored 1040 and I took it twice, and I scored 1040 twice. I was pretty disappointed with that. I felt like I was at least an 1100s guy. Didn't know what that meant or wasn't applying to Harvard, but um, I was just disappointed that I was a 1040 guy. Kind of embarrassed. It turned out, but okay. You asked me about hobbies that I wish I could dabble in, but I don't think I'm going to get to. My immediate answer to that is none. Um, I I have a really great perspective right now, and I know that I can do anything, and I don't know what's going to happen. Ask me that question 5 years ago, and it'd be maybe a different answer. But I'm, RV guy, and I've been fishing. And last weekend, I went on a 10.5 mile backpack hike to scout for elk. That was not on my list of things to do. So, and I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I think I enjoyed new things. I enjoy learning new things. I enjoy the challenges of new things. So, something that I don't think I'm going to get to do is nothing. I think I'll be able to get to do it all. So, um, birding is something that I want to do. Maybe I'll get to it or not. Being outside as much as I've been lately, I see a lot of different birds and often wonder what the heck is that, and maybe I should know what that is. So, birding, and then historical reenactment. I think I'll be able to do that at some point. Reenact a civil war or something. I don't know. Research it, dress up, do all that stuff. That sounds fun to me. We'll see. Maybe there'll be a day for historical reenactment in my RV. Of movies, 5 movies. Um, I want to note that I am definitely the guy who can watch a movie and know if I liked it or not, but I have never been the person, and this is probably just part of my personality, that will be able to immediately regurgitate quotes from the movie. It's probably part of my learning. That's how I learn. I'm a visual learner. I need to see it, but I won't remember exactly. I'm not very detailed. So I remember going to movies as a kid with like Pete Doosan, and he would just spout line after line right after the movie, and I couldn't remember any of them. So that's just how I go about it. My list of top 5: Star Wars, all of them. I remember Uncle Ralph got us the trilogy, the original trilogy, when we were kids, and watched parts of an episode pretty much every day, all summer long. And I appreciate that still, and we all try to watch all of the Star Wars, the new ones that come out and whatnot. So I'm a big Star Wars guy. Final Shot, the Hank Gather story. I remember that him and his buddy were really good basketball players, and just didn't make it. Had a heart condition or something. I just remember bawling my eyes out watching that movie. I was probably about 10, and could not stop crying watching Hank Gather story. So I remember that. Dumb and Dumber had to make the list. Enough said. Moana. That's the most recent movie that I've added to the list. I enjoy Disney movies, but I really enjoyed Moana on several levels. She was a princess who didn't rely on a male character to get, or not a male character, but a love interest, I guess. She didn't have to fall in love and rely on somebody else to take care of her. She did a lot of that independently, and thought it was a good message and also entertaining and funny, and The Rock is in it, so a lot of good stuff and they're at the beach, so a lot of good stuff there. And then my final movie, I put Reservoir Dogs. I just remember watching it as a younger individual, thinking I knew something that other people didn't know, maybe. I was a little bit dark, a little bit higher level of thinking, I guess. You had to be cool to understand it, maybe. I don't know. It's also entertaining. So, Quentin Tarantino movie. So that's my list of 5. Interesting question. My question for you right now is, I have always wanted to live in a big city. You've lived in several. I know you've lived in bigger Asian cities, but what am I missing, or what is somebody who's never lived in a big city missing out on? I remember I tried to go to Seattle there for like a month and figured that I was not going to work out for various reasons. But I still think I have this urge or yearning to live in a bigger city, but that ship may have sailed. So what did I miss? Why am I missing it? And maybe what am I not missing that I wouldn't know, because I've never lived in a big city. So fill me in on what it's like, what am I missing out on, and what am I glad that I am missing out on, like this mountain in the background there. Okay, looking forward to the next conversation. Talk to you soon.